is a healthy relationship and how can I get one? For the majority of people, having somebody in your life, having a close, intimate relationship with somebody who provides you with a safe, stable, supportive environment helps us to increase our well-being, reduces mental health problems, and gives us the ability to fly and become all we can be out in the world. However, we also know that 1 in 4 women and 1 in 7 men end up in relationships which do the opposite. They're harmful, they're abusive, they may be violent, and for some people, unfortunately, they are fatal. This series of videos is giving you the knowledge, the skills, and the information you need to make sure you end up in the first bracket and you don't end up being 1 in the 4 or 1 in 7. So what is it that we bring to a relationship? What have we got to offer? Because in any relationship, our expectations and behaviour are responsible for roughly 50% of an outcome. We've got 2 people coming together for 100% of a relationship. So we each bring 50% of our history, our fears, our expectations, all those things, which either lead us towards a healthy or an unhealthy relationship. So please do keep watching to the end of this video so that you can see some of the things that you are going to need to be able to provide in a relationship that are essential for your 50%. The first thing I think we need to look at is our motivation for getting into a relationship. For some people, the most important thing that they're looking for when they're choosing a partner is someone who can improve their status, either through money or power or their job, someone who's going to inflate their status within their community. This technically is not about having a good relationship. It's much more superficial than that. And what we're actually looking at is some kind of business deal. I will do this for you and you provide me with the status, the money, the power. The second reason that I can think of that people get into relationships which may not really lead to healthy relationships is they just don't want to be alone. They find it difficult to cope with life by themselves and they just want to have a partner. And this can lead to unhealthy relationships that become very dependent, where that person is unable to leave however unhappy they are because being alone is more scary. And so before we step into a relationship under those sort of motivational terms, we need to be making sure that we are okay by ourselves and getting the support to do that. The third one is about wanting somebody else to come in and improve your happiness. So we want someone to come in and put right all the wrongs we've had in the past. But to do that, they need to be able to completely dismiss themselves as people. They have to give up their own emotions. Yours are more important. They have to give up their dreams and their hopes and their independence and dedicate all their life to meeting your needs and trying to figure out what you need at any given time to make you happy and doing that thing at the cost of them as human beings. Again, we're not looking at a relationship. What we're actually looking at is finding an emotional servant, somebody who will dedicate everything to you. That's not going to give you the happy reward you need. Other people will go into a relationship because they set their sights on somebody that everybody else wants. So it's that kind of win. You increase your self-esteem because other people are jealous and thinking, wow, look who they've managed to attract, they've managed to catch. So again, we're not looking at a relationship that you're motivated to find. We're looking at finding a trophy that other people will be envious of you for. So what is it you're looking for? If you're single right now, what is the motivation for you to get into a relationship? And what sort of criteria would you have? Please do put that in the comments box below. I would love to find out how you're going on your journey. Because it is really important that if you're clear about what sort of relationship you want, there is a much greater chance of getting it. And a good relationship is one where you feel safe, you feel supported, you have your independence, you are encouraged to fly and be all you can be. And in return, you offer that to somebody else. So if you have been courageous enough to hold a mirror up to yourself and realize that maybe some of your motivations for getting into a relationship are not going to lead to a mutually safe, supportive, stable relationship, don't despair. If that's what you want, you can achieve that by making some very small but very significant changes to the way you think. And those changes will improve not only your own well-being and sense of contentment, but also those of your prospective partner. So what do we need to do to be ready to step into a healthy relationship? Well, the first thing we need to do is to be able to be truly interested in someone else and care about how they're feeling, being curious about the way their mind works and their experiences of life. Are we able to find joy in somebody else's achievements and successes? This has a double win, because if you are able to put yourself in that person's shoes and really get pleasure from their achievements and successes, not only does that increase the bond between you because they know you genuinely care and you can feel as good as they do when they win, rather than it all being about you, but also you get to feel joy and happiness many, many more times. You will make more effort to support them to achieve because you know you'll get the joy of the outcome as well. Are you able to help and support someone else in times of trouble? Can you actually acknowledge how you're feeling about the situation, but put that one side in order to step into their lives and help them either to problem solve or to just hold that emotion if that's all they can do, to give them comfort rather than it being about your emotional reaction? It's all about their emotional reaction. Are you also able to let them do the same for you? So when life gets hard for you, you can reach out and ask for the support and accept the support that they have to offer. Are you able to be interested and curious about somebody's views and perspectives, even if you don't agree? Are you curious enough to find out what they believe and why they believe, even if you don't agree with their stance? In a healthy relationship, it's about understanding the other person's viewpoint and just accepting that on this point you don't agree, and that's fine. We don't all agree on everything. In an unhealthy relationship, it becomes about competition. Scoring points, one-upmanship, somebody has to win, somebody has to lose, rather than coming to that nice, safe agreement. Are you able to compromise or make sacrifices for the other person? In any relationship, we have times when life just means that one partner needs to focus on their own needs for a little while rather than maybe on the relationship as a whole. For example, if they've got a sick relative, they may be preoccupied with their own anxiety, and you may need to just step back a bit and just hold them and give them the comfort they need. Or they might have a big project on at work, which takes them away from the house a lot. And again, you might just have to sit patiently and wait for them to come back. But if at those times you can prioritize them and you can give them the space they need, they will return the favor, because it will happen to you at some point, if not already. So are you somebody who can do this, who is able to see somebody else as separate, as an individual, who is curious about them, who finds them valuable, who is able to show them they're valuable, who has got the ability to give 50% of healthy input into a relationship? Please do let us know some tips in the comments box below. The next video is going to be looking at the importance of understanding the relationship history of your prospective partner, hopefully before you get too involved, because there have been way too many men and women who have ended up in relationships that have been violent, abusive, and some have even died as a result of entering into a relationship with someone who has had a horrendous history of being abusive and violent in relationships. And that person has either been unaware of the history, or they've known the history but go with the belief that they'll be different with me. That's all for today. Please do click that like button and subscribe to my channel. And I'm just going to leave you with the plea that when you are stepping out into a new relationship, please be cautious and please keep yourself safe.